Hello and welcome to this week's episode of the WagonCast with me, Tomo.
And me, Conor.
And together we are idiots.
Yeah.
We are 427 Motorsports. So we have one listener question, but we have a main topic that is actually automotive. So those of you who are on the YouTube might actually be interested in this one.
Perhaps.
It's kind of what I was thinking with this one. But if you're new here, this is the WagonCast where Conor and I fill in our weekly schedule with talking shit for a wee while because we can't always get to the garage. And somebody decided he was going to paint the stripes on the model kit we were building, so that video is not ready yet.
Be all the better for it.
Have you done any more on it? No, you fucking haven't.
No.
In case you're not a follower of either of our Instagrams, we're starting to build model kits again. And we're doing a sort of kind of introductory video that explains a wee bit about model making and stuff like that, but we haven't got it done yet because we picked a terrible kit to start with.
Yeah, we should have picked another race car, then it would have been done.
Yeah, probably, but sure. What do you do? Anyway, so this week we have a question from Emma Thompson. Nobody really cares about how our week went, so... In fact, 2 weeks, because we didn't do one last week.
Yeah, I did nothing for this 2 weeks. What were you?
I slept for 2 weeks, and that was it. No, I'm flat out with, I'm going to mention it again, the GTI.
What GTI?
I'm trying to get it done in the next couple of weeks, so there's going to be a wee bit of a hiatus actually on videos and stuff like that, just for 2 weeks to get shit done, and then we'll be probably back at it.
You never know, I might come out with a video.
Aye. Let's not
you could be lucky.
Those chickens, shall we?
You could be lucky yet.
Right. We could all be fucking lucky. Although, annoyingly, like, you do one video, like, once in a blue moon, and it overtakes everything else in the channel, and gets, like, really popular, and it's like, alright, dead on. Thanks.
Boys be liking them Mercedes videos.
Boys do be liking them informative Mercedes videos. But, so anyway, Emma Thompson says, do you think you'll ever do guests, like... I'm guessing he means interview guests.
What did he say?
He says, do you think you'll ever do guests?
Oh, probably, yeah.
Yeah, what kind of podcast are you doing? He says, do you think you'll ever interview guests like big people in the local car community?
Yeah. We would interview anyone, like, to be honest. Like, you don't have to be big into the local car community.
That's honestly what I was going to say.
Anybody can be on this podcast, just let us know.
Because for the most part, car community doesn't even like us anyway. Like, we don't go to shows or anything because nobody fucking likes us. Like, it's different if we're like on YouTube, we're a select niche group of people, but whenever your country's car culture is questionable at best a lot of the time and you don't really want to be associated with a lot of it, it's kind of hard to interview big people. But I'll honestly, absolutely, yeah, we'd interview anyone. The thing is, we're not a car podcast. We talk about cars quite a bit, but we try not to be a car podcast. We have the channel for videos, and the videos are car related. Sort of grey area car related sometimes when it comes to the likes of the Gran Turismo one I did. The Gran Turismo was obviously still cars, but like...
It's roughly automotive, yeah.
Yeah, we're an automotive channel, but our podcast is just for me and Conor kind of to ramble.
Yeah.
You know, because like we are much more involved in other things than cars.
Yeah.
Like, despite what our desk implies, like, but
it's just cars.
No, but you know what I mean? Like, I mean, you sit and play games a lot more than you work on cars, and I sit and play games a lot more than I work on cars.
I suppose so. It's an easier thing to do.
Exactly, like, we're actually both, like, we're fucking nerds, really. Like, cars kind of just came along, but we've always liked cars, but working on them is obviously just kind of a more recent thing. But we've been playing games since we were no age.
It's true.
You know? So, we'll interview anyone.
Yeah, if you want to be on the podcast, let us know.
Please. It would be nice, actually.
It's nice to have a company.
Genuinely, we'd love to have more people on. It's just, it's getting them here. It's the fact that we have 2 microphones, not 3.
That is an issue, actually. We'd have to...
Like, we did have Shay on ages ago, but, like, that was before we had the mics as well. So, like, the laptop was sitting in the middle of the table and we were all just kind of leaning over the laptop.
That's true. I forgot we had Shay on.
Yeah, and that was a really good podcast.
He's a big guest. Like, he's
much fucking bigger than us.
Yeah.
Like, we should be on his show, not him on our show. Like, yeah, we landed a big one and nobody cared. I'd say if it was on video,
It would have been a bit easier.
And we
to
were able to get TikToks with them on. We'd have been able to use them for clickbait.
Cool. Yeah.
So Shay,
Come back, Shay.
come back on, Shay Cullen. Carry on playing. But yeah, so no, absolutely, we would love to have anybody on who wants to be on. Now we have the video; it's a wee bit harder to get people on, I would say. Not that it was easy to get people on before. We never really asked.
Just need to sort out mic situation somehow.
Yeah, people liked being on it before because they weren't on video. It was easier to get someone to come on if they didn't have to care about what they looked like. It was easier for us because we just did it. But
true, I just look the way I did now. To be fair.
Yeah, you dress up for every day. I dress up for occasions. You dress up as if you just happen to be alive that day.
Yes. Oh yes.
But see, now that we're getting this wee studio and all, like, it would be cool. But we're not finished yet.
Michael Caine.
Guess that's who's here this week. Okay.
I don't know why he's saying in my head.
Well, there you go.
Michael Caine's home.
Anyway, next one comes from Kieran Wilson. It's not really a question, more of a statement.
It never is. What is it this week?
He has sent a couple of things actually, but unrelated to our actual topic of discussion. He says, sat in work laughing at last week's WagonCast. Thanks, Kieran. No, he's being nice. He's confident. It's we are constant. Like, it's just like it's like Ricky Bobby. I don't know what to do with my hands. I don't know what to do with this. But no, thanks very much for the praise. People are more than welcome to write in and give us praise or abuse.
Yeah, abuse is funny.
Abuse is funny. Like, we take it. I'm gonna say lightheartedly. Don't just start giving us random abuse for the crack. Like, but I mean. You don't
make it funny, like.
Yeah, if you're a mate, at least make it funny. We don't mind taking genuine hate from random strangers on the internet.
We get a lot.
Do we?
Well, YouTube comments, we get quite a lot of hate. Yeah.
Such as.
Do you want to? Well, we can do that in the future podcast. I'll actually work out collate them all.
It'd be like the celebrities that read their tweets. Oh God!
It's a lot of these two idiots don't know what they're doing sort of stuff. You know, the usual. But
that would be a funny video actually if you take the comment and then a snippet from the video that the comment was on.
Yeah.
That shows exactly why they are right.
Yeah,
not why they're wrong. Let's prove the haters are right.
Usually they're right. Yeah.
That would be funny. Like, these idiots have no idea what they're doing, and then it's us just like, why didn't that work? What the fuck? And it's blatantly wrong. Like, that would be very funny for a future video.
Do that, yeah.
Absolutely. Right, so let's get on to our main topic this week. That's enough fucking random talk. So, I can't remember. No, I do remember how this came about. So, as many people of a certain age do, I was...
What age would that be?
I wet myself. No.
Had a bit of an accident in the trousers department.
I've had that happen before. Over nice jars. Yeah, I was browsing through Facebook Marketplace. And I'm just going to close that over for now because save the battery. There's not a lot of battery on it. Right. And a Jaguar...
What was it?
It was a Jaguar XJ40. Now, that is the one that came after the Jag that we had. It was the first boxy one. People call them the square light Jag, and you kind of know what you're talking about because there literally was one that had square lights. Yeah. Which is weird because the square light was actually a higher spec thing.
It was on the Dangerous Sovereign, wasn't it?
Yeah. So people still call them the square light Jag. I don't know. But anyway, I was looking at one of them for sale, and it said the engine wasn't right or something like that.
Yeah, something like that, wasn't it? It was like
engine gone or not running. Yeah. And I was like, fuck me, that with a TDI in it will be some daily driver. No, it was that, and then there was another thing as well. It was the Jag, because I always say a lot about liking diesels and things. Yeah. And then the most recent one was the layer cake Range Rover replica that came up for sale.
Yeah, that was it.
And you were like, this is the only time that a P38 is acceptable.
It is.
And I said,
even then, it's like...
that with a TDI and a coil conversion would literally get rid of... Coil conversion meaning coil suspension, get rid of the airbag shit.
Get rid of the ignition coil.
Yeah, don't even let it turn on. Technically you would be.
Yeah, you would, you get rid of it.
But I said that coil conversion would be some daily. That would be class. Get rid of everything's wrong with P38 and have something brilliant. And Conor came out with the line. Well, would you like to tell them? Because I don't even want to say it.
Luxury cars can't be diesel.
Can't be diesel.
Can't be diesel.
Not shouldn't be diesel.
It's actually not a luxury car anymore once you put a diesel engine on.
Right. Shall we? Do you want to begin with?
Right.
We pitched this question to the people, and we have our own answers as well. Now, this is Conor trying to tell me his points. Really, I want to hear his points and counteract them rather than both of us give points.
Ryan should be here. He was very.
I wanted it to be equal.
Yeah, fair enough.
I always want Darren on the podcast because Darren's one of the funniest people you will ever meet. But in this instance here, I cough. In this instance here, I am for it and he's against it. Whereas if Darren was here, there'd be two people for it and one against it.
Yeah.
So this is more of an even playing field. But should we go to the people first or should we talk ourselves first?
Let's go to the people first.
Okay, let's go to the people. Now,
we put this to the people.
We put this to the people and just...
Well, how was the question phrased?
Question was phrased was, can a diesel
be a luxury car?
Or can a luxury car be a diesel? Or truly be a diesel? Something like that.
Yeah.
So I wasn't trying to sway anybody in any way. I didn't say anything. Now, let's see. Jack_Fletcher
says,
good friend of the show. He gave a really long-winded answer. Now he's always really well known for his like well put together like answers to all our things. Really, really well spoken.
Yeah.
He just said yes. One word. Yes.
Yes.
So yes, they can. Mark Donnelly, Mark_Arc3R. He's like driver 3. Mark 3.
Better put together.
Yeah, he's better made. He says, obviously. Brandon.jx, who I've never spoken to before, but he's followed for quite a while now, and his profile picture makes him look very like professional. It's a really good quality profile picture. I don't know who he is, but you only look at the image quality of a photo and you're like, fuck, that was taken with a good camera. I don't know anything about him, but every time I've seen him pop up, he's got a yellow jumper shirt thing on, which I like anyway, but I just looked at it, I was like, fuck, that's a good quality photo.
Nice.
He also says yes. That means he's for it, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Sam Stirrup, who either likes horses or that's his actual last name. That is his last name, I think. Don't horses have stirrups?
Is he not giving me the ears, no?
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
Alright. Horse, well, yeah, horse, you put a stirrup on a horse that's where your foot goes.
He says, to a degree. Cian Huntat says, I already tried it with the Q7 V12 diesel. But he doesn't actually say if it went well or not. He's just informing me that they did it. It's like, okay. Long time listener of the show, I think. Triumph 1300 DPI 43J.
That's his username, isn't it? He hasn't just said Triumph 1300.
Yeah, but do you remember we were talking about British Airline and it was like, they made the most of these, therefore it's great.
That's right, I remember him.
Okay, he says yes.
Okay.
Everybody's really went to town on the answers here. Kieran Wilson.
God, what does he say?
He says, my old buy had a Carina E D4D, more luxury than Merc, sir, talk of the town.
Which town?
Where they armrests lick.
What? Read that again slowly.
Do you want me to translate it from Derry to English?
Just the last bit of it.
It's all one sentence. There's no full stops or commas.
What's he saying about armrests?
The whole thing is the end of it. He says, Merc, sir, talk of town. Way they armrests lick.
With the armrests, like?
Yeah, translated he means, my father Toyota Carina E D4D. It had more luxury than Mercedes, sir. Talk of the town with the armrests. Like, that's it translated to English. So what he's saying is that his father's Carina E was luxurious.
Yeah, which just doesn't even answer the question.
Nope. Thanks for that. Who else have we got here?
Has anybody said?
Also said, I haven't got to you.
Okay, fair enough. Go on.
Kieran Wilson also says,
Felt the need to answer twice.
yeah, such was his opinion on the matter. Kieran Wilson also says, 100%, sir. Anyone that disagrees clearly hasn't been in a Massey Ferguson house or hang.
That's very true, actually. That's a good point. I'm swayed.
Fuck, I don't know. D_McKenna says, I'd love to see you ride. No, that's not relevant. Now, Ali McMillions, who sadly let us know that his wife listens to Radiohead, so.
Oh, fair enough, yeah.
Fuck's sake, Joe. He says, for sure, my colleague at work, although he doesn't say what the job is, it might be a very luxurious job, or it might be a luxurious job. For example, if he works for like the council collecting bins, like I wouldn't really take his opinion on luxury.
What's he going to say? You need to give me context.
Yeah, I'm just going to shut up because I'm going to end up saying something that's going to annoy people. He says, for sure, my colleague at work has a 14-plate Jag XJ diesel and it's the size of a small house. Now, he is saying here that size is a matter of luxury. Now, let's flip back to that later on because I haven't really thought about it. I'm just going to chat shit as we go along. But size being a matter of a measure of luxury is something interesting in itself. And Emma Thompson says again, he says, no, diesels are for tractors.
Correct.
Let him speak.
Correct, Emma.
Diesels are for tractors. He says, luxury is smoothness.
Yeah.
He uses a comma after smoothness. I don't know if I would have done that and then have capital in the next line. Fuck, I'm a real dick, aren't I? He says, straight 6/V12/V8 at a push if executed correctly.
Yeah.
And that's it. As far. No, sorry. Jennifer.572. That'd be the worst in the world if I forgot this one. She says, I've ridden in a diesel from Switzerland to Belgium in one day and up not one but 2 Swiss Alps in luxury. So I would very much say yes.
No.
Okay.
I've been in that car as well.
Fuck yourself. It's more. I was going to say it's more on the road than your version of the same car, but no, it's not. It's off the road. So that is what the people have said. The general consensus of the people is that yes. We only had one person there say no.
Only one sensible person among us.
He drives a Fiesta. He doesn't know what luxury is. Anyway, Emma Thompson was unsubscribed. So, yeah. Mr. Man, this is where I want to hear your opinion on things because you seem to think that luxury cars cannot be diesel, and I think that they can. So tell me, Conor, and the people, look right into that fucking camera right there, and you tell people why a diesel car can't be a luxury car. Why not?
Diesel.
He's struggling.
Diesel is. No, I'm trying to word it the right way.
If I had a torch and shine it in your face, why not?
A diesel car is for somebody who doesn't have enough money to put petrol in a petrol car.
Okay.
Would you disagree with that?
No.
You wouldn't, would you? Because realistically, like I love diesel, so I daily drive a diesel car. It's the slowest, noisiest, fucking smokiest thing, but not all diesels are like that. Not all diesels are like that.
Your experience of diesel is 40 years old.
It is. But that's not my only experience. So, yeah. Anyway, but the only reason,
we're going to get so many good TikToks out of this.
Diesel, it is like an old tractor starting up. It's okay, right? Let me just cut to my number one fucking argument, right?
Let me just realize that point was getting me nowhere and change to another point.
Let me just cut to number one argument is that part of the luxury car experience is a lack of economy, which drives exclusivity. There are a lot of diesel S classes floating about County Armagh. There are loads.
I would take County Armagh out of the equation because this is Doug's diesel smuggling county.
Yeah. But there are a lot of diesel S classes floating about generally. There are a lot of diesel A7s and things, and fucking BMW 7 Series driven by Bulgarians. And it's just a fact.
You cancel it if it's true.
It would be. It's still an exclusive thing to have a petrol one because people just can't afford it. Now days gone by, they couldn't really rely on. Oh, days gone by is like this, so it should still be like this. You wouldn't have got a diesel luxury car anyway back then because it just wasn't put in. It was too fucking clankery and.
Depends on your definition of luxury.
I'm talking. It has to be in the S class segment.
So an executive Mercedes doesn't count.
No, they weren't luxury. They were run-of-the-mill taxis in Germany. They were expensive here because they were
expensive
import tariffs
everywhere but Germany.
Everywhere but Germany, yeah.
So you
because
have to take
tariffs.
luxury out of that because to the rest of the world, that is luxury. In
it's,
one market, it's not luxurious.
It's a very good car, but it's not really a luxury car. It was smart enough inside, It wasn't like plush, like cloth and stuff like or leather. And you could spec that. You could spend the cost of the car.
What age of car are you talking here?
I mean, I talk about the 123, the 115.
Okay, so you're saying it's not very luxurious, but what you need to do there is go and take a drive in anything other than a Mercedes.
Oh, yeah, no,
the time.
I'm not debating that.
In context, they are luxury.
They were far better cars, but they're not luxury cars. They're not like an S class of the day.
You go from that Nissan Micra we parked outside from 1984, or even my maroon Golf.
Oh, I mean, they're like economy cars. They're
but
like
it's
the
still a commuter car. It's still a car that people drove. You have to compare it to that. Same as today, you would compare your S-Class Mercedes to a modern Micra, say, or an E-Class Mercedes. Otherwise, that completely invalidates the point.
Yeah, but that's the thing that there's still different segments in the market. Like luxury, proper luxury is the full size 7 Series, S-Class, A7, whatever,
Okay.
Rolls Royce, Bentley, like luxury.
Yeah, to be fair, I don't know of any diesel Rolls Royces with Bentleys.
They never went there, I don't think.
But counterpoint to they buy that because they can't afford the petrol or whatever.
It's not that.
What is more luxurious than being in a company and using somebody else's money to get what you want? So a lot of these people who have diesel fucking S classes and 7 Series and all whatever, they're high up in the company. They're getting that diesel paid for. That's fucking luxury.
Better.
Am I wrong?
If you're going down that route, it's better to get the petrol paid for because you get more out of it.
But a lot of places don't do petrol fuel cards. They would only do diesel. So if you want luxury, you have to accept that.
Nope.
You can't just say
nope. No, I disagree. To be a true, if it's getting 40 minutes to the gallon, it's not luxury. That's a very weak point, to be fair.
That's so elitist and honest. I know luxury should be elitist.
It is elitist. That's the thing. It is having a luxury car is about having a car that the person next to you can't afford. Jaguar XJS, which is a Grand Tourer.
You bring this against me?
It's a Grand Tourer, right? It's a Grand Tourer car, so it's not really what we're talking about here.
Still a luxurious car.
Luxurious, yeah. And you could sort of lump the GT cars in with the saloons because people would, it's not like a sports car.
Luxury saloon is something you'd be driven in, and luxury GT is something
you drive yourself, but you could sort of nearly into you wouldn't throw sports cars in with that because a proper sports car is like something you use at the fucking weekend, isn't it? It's like
like an Elise or fucking
or like say
insert other sports car here.
Yeah, I mean,
if you're talking luxury, I suppose you'd have a fucking Audi R8 or
Ferrari. Yeah.
Could you get a TDI R8?
I don't know.
I think they did a no, somebody swapped one in once. Never mind.
Yeah, but they didn't actually sell it,
did
they?
Class. Can you imagine Ray coming out of an R8?
No. So yeah, where were we going with that?
Talking about exclusivity and GT cars.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say to you. The Jaguar XJS V12.
Tread carefully. What are you going to say?
People look at them and go, "Oh, I couldn't afford to run that."
Or they're scared of them. Are you talking at the time?
No, at the time. At the time. Let's go at the time, and we're talking about modern stuff too. We can't just be like, "Oh, back in the day it was like this, so it's still like this," because things do change. A diesel engine.
I changed this morning.
Did you?
Yeah.
Good man.
Yeah.
A diesel engine. A diesel engine these days is a lot smoother than it was 40 years ago, and the cars I like were about.
Are they, or are they just better mounted to the car they're in?
No, I don't know. I mean, Your car has good engine mounts. It has, well, I don't know if yours has them, but the like little shock absorbers on the engine and stuff. No, diesels do run less.
I have more than one car, by the way.
Yeah,
you
I'm
need to
talking about
clarify.
Mercedes.
Yeah.
They do run smoother. Although when you start up a new diesel, even it still sounds like a tractor starting up.
Mm-hmm.
For that couple of turn up, when the engine starts,
Yes.
goes
Like that Mark V. Like when it starts up, it sounds like any other diesel, but we're on the motorway or whatever, and it's
quiet. They are quiet and refined. Yeah, I'll give them that. They are refined. I don't think they'll ever be as good as petrol cars in terms of refinement. I think the petrol will always sort of have the edge a little bit. And
I think it's going to have the chance now because they're going to try and do away with them. So
true, maybe. And then that begs the question too: can an electric car be a luxury car? Yeah, probably.
If anything, the electric car is the perfect thing to be a luxury car because it's so quiet. Silent.
Yeah. Electric car could be a luxury car.
Like I don't know if there is or not, but there absolutely should be like an electric Rolls Royce. Like a Phantom would be the perfect thing to be electric because it only ever has to do 100 miles, say, max.
That's amazing.
Anything further than that, I'm pretty sure Jason Kidneys has already said this, but like any further than that, somebody who has a Rolls Royce is getting a helicopter.
Yeah, pretty much.
So it's the perfect thing to be electric. Like
yeah. But that aside, like diesels were made to go into lorries and fucking ships and trains and shit. Like they're made for industrial, like rough agriculture-y applications. And then when they put them into cars, it was for the economy.
That's why Mercedes started doing the diesels
S-Class.
In America was for the CAFE standards.
Yeah, and when they put them in the S-Class, because you couldn't get an S-Class diesel in the 116 in Europe. And the 126 in Europe, but you could in America.
And in fact, the base model of the E-Class, I think the 123 or the 124, probably the 123, the base model was the diesel, and the wagons only came in diesel.
In America, after 1980, they didn't do any 123s in petrol over there because of the CAFE rules. For the corporate fuel economy average, they had to, their whole fleet of cars they sold had to be an average fuel economy of some meaningless American number, like 25 or something. It's like 25 in America is 35-ish here, I think. Something like that. Anyway, yeah. So that's something like this.
But see, I totally disagree because a luxury car isn't necessarily about what propels it. It's what's inside the vehicle. It's what you experience in the car. Luxury isn't the fact that it gets however many to the gallon. That's a nice bonus. And if anything, that's probably more a preference of the fucking chauffeur. If it's a really luxurious car, the chauffeur might prefer driving the diesel because it's easier on the fucking traffic and shit like that. I don't know, but luxury is when you sit in the back of your fucking fancy Mercedes and you don't hear a thing. And it's comfortable and it's quiet and you can get your work done or you can just fucking zone out. Look, I think what propels the vehicle has absolutely nothing to do with the luxury level. Luxury is comfort and suspension. It's not.
I think it's
the engine.
I disagree. I think it's engine too. I think that comes into it.
I think it was engine in the old days.
Yes.
Because engines were.
Like I was saying, there's more refined now. You can have a refined diesel engine now.
Mm-hmm.
That's not a big clattery mess, but it's still a diesel. I can't get past it because it is still it's the poor man's option. Like it's the option for the fellow who doesn't want to pay for the fuel.
Not necessarily. I mean, okay, so take your Q7s.
Yeah.
Which is a big early Jeep thing, or your Tuaregs or whatever.
Tuareg's not luxury.
No.
Volkswagen, the only luxury car Volkswagen made was the
Phaeton. Yeah, I know.
I'm
saying it because it's based on the Q7.
Did you diesel Phaeton? Must have done. Nobody.
It's called the Passat.
Yeah.
Because I got the 1.9 TDI Phaeton, like.
It had the W engine in it, didn't it?
It had the W12.
Yeah.
I think it had the W8. I think. Don't quote me on that. But it was W12. But anyway, take your Q7. I said Touareg because it's based on it.
Oh, yeah.
But take your Q7, take your fucking. I don't think the Rolls Royce Cullinan has a diesel out. The Bentley Bentayga has a diesel.
So, no.
But take that category of thing, or your BMW X. What one does that have? Is it the X7? I don't know. Oh, BMW and luxury is a whole other fucking episode.
It's true, because I mean,
they were never a luxury car.
They
They
were
still
never a
aren't.
luxury car, no.
But anyway, luxury is comfort, right?
Yeah.
You go and get your petrol engine, but you're a luxurious man with a lot of money. You want to tow your speedboat you just won on bullseye to the fucking jetty.
Petrol will do it.
Torque.
The petrol will do it. If you have a big enough petrol engine, it'll do it. And you do, because you're a luxury man.
That meant me specifically. I was like, I don't know.
We got rid of it. That 4.2 Jag would have been no problem towing a speedboat.
Just because the Matchbox one has a caravan with it
Yeah.
doesn't mean that, like...
That thing was full of torque. That thing pulled so well in the low fucking rev range.
Because it only had 3 gears, it had to be able to pull metal or
Born
wouldn't
Warner.
move.
I just stepped in Born Warner.
But like, you know, like luxury is like it's a lifestyle, and like a luxurious person is gonna want that diesel engine for towing their luxurious things places.
You can do it with the petrol. That's what I'm saying. You could. It's about showing off. It's about one up in the fella next to you. Like, oh, you got a fucking diesel S class. You know, afford it.
Laughs in
Yeah, like that's what I mean. Like, it's about showmanship and like just like big headedness. You know, what up and shit.
I guess maybe there's different classes of luxury then, but that's not to say that it can't be luxurious. Like, nobody ever went to an S-Class Mercedes and said that's not luxurious because it was a diesel.
No.
I don't think it's ever going to put anyone off.
Well, I mean, the likes of me, I wouldn't buy a diesel S-Class.
Wouldn't buy any S-Class.
Would.
Couldn't afford it.
I would. You'd buy the shittiest one.
Cheapest one on the market.
Yeah.
Coming soon to our YouTube channel.
In the good era of Jags, like pre-Ford, never made a diesel Jag.
There's still some good Jags in Ford times.
That's a question for another podcast. Never you mind.
I'm definitely sure the topics probably already been covered. Everything I want to talk about has probably been covered by Carmagin podcast. That's like, okay. And they swear, so like it basically us.
Yep. Fair enough. Yeah, I mean
that's your entire basis on the fact that a diesel can't be a luxury car because
luxury cars should be,
because it's just about showing off. Well, then let's go back to
it's exclusivity.
Let's go back to Alistair's point about the Jag,
where
he says that luxury is a matter of size.
That's an interesting point. What did he actually say?
He just said it's the size of a small house.
Oh, right, fair enough. Yeah. Well, that's I mean, like, because I'm talking about the full size luxury car segment.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like 7 Series size.
So you're saying that somebody who went and bought a Vanden Plas Allegro, that's not luxury?
No, it's
that's
not.
Exclusive.
It's not luxury. It's exclusive to no one else bought it.
Listen, lad, you can't see what it looks like from the inside, right? All you see is that Rolls Royce grill on the front.
Yeah, no, like a Vanden Plas Allegro is not luxury. Nissan Figaro is not luxury.
But your whole point there was exclusivity being better than someone else. So by that logic, I mean, like,
no, but there's a segment for it, and then you have to be exclusive as well.
So
like,
there is a luxury more exclusive within the exclusive segment.
But your Vanden Plas Allegro is not in the luxury car segment. Like, it's not in the full,
why not?
It's not in the full size.
You tell that to all the British Leyland sympathisers that apparently watch us. You tell that the Triumph 1300 DPJI DPI 300 or whatever.
They can go buy a fucking Jag XJ, and it's in the right segment.
Right. But
you know what I mean? Like,
your man.
Yeah, he was talking about the XJ.
No, I was going to say your man with his Vanden Plas Allegro. Like, in his segment, he's luxurious. He's exclusive within his segment.
But it's not a luxury segment.
You know? If you go and buy...
He has got the fucking equivalent of...
Or makeup on a pig.
Yeah, like he's like a fucking... I don't... Like...
You're looking around the room for, like, examples.
He's got like the fucking Nissan Powell. Like, it's just a fucking micro. It's just a micro underneath. With some fucking...
Well, then by that logic, your fucking Audi Q7 with the big petrol engine, it's just a Volkswagen Touareg.
Yeah.
So what? Now you're
I'm
saying
not gonna
that a
argue that.
luxury car can only be something on its own platform. No. It can only be petrol. Nobody else can have one. It has to be massive.
It doesn't... Well, It doesn't have to be massive. It has to be. I mean, the Jag XJ.
It's just how you use it.
the Jag XJ. It's quite small.
Oh, you're sweating now. You're struggling. I've got you.
The Jag XJ is quite small.
So if you go buy a small wheelbase Jag XJ compared to a long wheelbase one, you're
not
just a
much
fucking
difference.
peasant.
Yeah, no. You would just be a peasant.
Listen, lad, you want the Series 3, they'd all be long wheelbase.
Yes. Yeah, like
I totally disagree.
that's okay. We have to agree to disagree on this because if we agreed on this, we'd agreed years ago, but we haven't.
Yeah, but like, we're still not 20 minutes.
Fuck!
You must stretch this out. Your measuring stick for what is luxury has changed.
No, it's got to be. It doesn't have to be petrol. It can be electric or hybrid, I suppose. That's
But
still
it
gonna
just
have like a
can't be
fucking
diesel?
4-cylinder engine. Yeah, I just don't think diesel cars.
But then, like, the whole point of a diesel is to be economical. You're saying then you need the big petrol one, and if you buy the diesel, it's because you can't afford the fuel. But if you buy an electric one, then you can't afford fuel at all, it seems.
Yeah,
So why is that luxurious then?
they haven't made a diesel sports car. No diesel one. I know Audi took fucking diesels to the mark. Like, yeah, fair enough. They did that 1 year. If it was any good, they'd still be doing it.
False. It was outlawed.
Was it?
Yeah.
If it was any good, they would.
Audi kept winning with the TDI. Peugeot kept winning with the HDI. So fucking just you back that right up. You fucking clear that back window of all the rake and you just revert out of here.
No production car.
Like all good things, they
No.
outlawed it because it won.
No
They
production.
banned the rotary engine the fucking minute the 787B1. They literally banned
That
the
wouldn't
rotary
have lasted
engine.
very long. Like.
Exactly,
It's
so
not a good idea.
just let it keep racing because it's going to fucking blow up anyway. It was a one-off.
Can it be a rotary?
What kind of luxury car be a rotary? Yeah, it's called the Mazda Cosmo. But then you'll probably
It's a
say
sport-
that's not luxurious
It's
enough.
a sports car, isn't it? It's
No,
made
Mazda
by
Co-
Mazda.
No.
The swing.
The
Is
Unos
there-
Cosmo. Is it the Cosmo? Pretty sure.
The Cosmo was like the wee sports car.
The Cosmo was like in the 60s, it was the sports one, yeah, and it was also called the 110S or something like that. But they brought it back as, I think it's a Unos Cosmo, or is it Cosmos, or fucking something like that. I'll have it on the screen here and you will know what I'm talking about. If you played Gran Turismo, which you wouldn't. Although somebody who hasn't played Gran Turismo, I'm surprised you knew what that was, because that's as obscure as it gets. But anyway, they did a rotary
Yeah, I mean, Mercedes put rotary in the fucking
in a sports car.
cars. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. They also put a diesel. in
not
this.
a luxury car.
No. You wouldn't really want a rotary in a sports car anyway, because it's not a very reliable powertrain. Nobody has managed to make it, like, if Mazda and Mercedes can't make it reliable, like, nobody's going to make it reliable.
Well, fucking Porsche managed to make the Boxer engine reliable and Subaru couldn't. So
That's different. Obviously, boxer engines can be.
So then, what about the Porsche Cayennes? Well, it's just a Q7. Never mind.
I don't think Cayenne fucking SUV luxury cars should even exist anyway. Like, that's another topic. Like,
If they didn't exist, Porsche wouldn't exist.
nah, Porsche would still make the fucking 911.
No,
like,
Porsche is going bankrupt. That's why they got the Cayenne, and it's
they couldn't
saved the
survive
company.
in this high-paced environment.
Let's evolve or die, pal. You keep putting that engine in the back, you're going nowhere.
The engine goes at the front.
Okay, well then you're talking. I'm trying to think of any other like luxurious diesels. I should probably put some like elevator music in the back end of this.
No, they just for me, it's like having a plastic fucking seats or something.
What?
Like it's like hubcaps and steelies.
Don't all like S classes at the time have hubcaps?
Yeah, that was different back then. Don't talk to me about back then. It's just cheapens it for me. Like, it's just a diesel engine is just like it's an engine that you put in your workhorse. Like, it's an engine that goes in your van, or your fucking taxi, or your tractor, or your boat. Although
They don't even put them in boats. The diesel goes into like a fucking tug, like, but it doesn't go into like a speedboat or anything like that. Like,
no, speedboats have petrols,
yes.
but like, big. Big ships have diesel engines.
As the Stena that Reeks will let you know. Reeky Stena.
Ricky Stena. Ships burn fuel. It's like Bunker C. It's like you could like pick it up and squid it in your hand. It's like really short.
Really viscous? No, it's got a...
Petrol is like the shorter hydrocarbons and diesel is the longer.
Lost me now, but fair enough.
Petrol and diesel, when they make fuel, there's like a refining process, and like at the top is petrol.
Crude oil and then fucking diesel.
Ships basically nearly run on crude oil.
Right.
It's really thick and like loopy. Anyway.
And how luxurious is that?
Not very. If you spent a night on the old Stena Superfast 7. Not very luxurious at all.
I disagree. I think not about the ships being luxurious. I get that luxury cars are about a certain degree of exclusivity, but that's not to say that you can't still be exclusive and want better fuel economy. It doesn't have to all be about excess.
But I think excess is part of it. I think it is a core bit of it, of true like fuck you luxury.
You also have to remember that luxury is reliability. And for a long time, possibly even still now, a diesel engine was considered to be much more reliable than a petrol engine.
They're not anymore. There's too many fucking sense in them now. They're probably about the same now.
But petrol engine's probably a bit as bad. No.
Yeah, probably, yeah. I'd say so. But
like, there's nothing
they're nicer,
luxurious about being at the side of the road because your car's broke down again. Like,
there is if it's like a fucking...
If
it's Jack.
I wouldn't know because it never broke down.
That's what I mean. It wasn't a bad one. You know, it's just like, would you rather start your car up and it's a fucking V12 or it's a 4-cylinder diesel? Which one would you rather?
It wouldn't matter because if you're truly luxurious, you wouldn't be the one starting the car. Your chauffeur would be the one dealing with how loud and clattery it is.
Well, you still have to sit back of it, like.
Yeah.
You still have to.
Away from the engine noise.
You still have to put your hand on the side of it and get fucking Durval on your hand, like. Get the red diesel on your hand.
Where is your exhaust coming out?
Get
side pipes on everything. Like.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I just can't get past that for me. It's just.
So do you accept you're wrong?
No.
Alright.
No. I accept that these engines are better now, but I still think a luxury car should be a petrol.
Should, yes, but it's not what you said. You said that it physically can't be.
Yeah, no, I'll stick to that actually. Thanks for reminding me. I'll stick to that one. Like, I would. Just would. Do you know what else? And we've argued about this in the past, but I don't think on the podcast.
We argue a lot.
Yeah. The C class shouldn't have an estate.
Why?
They shouldn't, because they didn't have them originally. 190 didn't have an estate.
Alright, so because something didn't have it originally, therefore it can't have it now.
What's the fucking point?
Right, well then, you may put a wire into that fucking phone. Because original phones weren't fucking wireless.
I think the estate car should be the exclusive domain of the mid-sized family car, the executive class.
So no Golf estate?
No.
So...
Golf is a hatchback. Like, it should just be a hatchback. It should just be the Golf. If I want a fucking estate Volkswagen, I'll buy a Passat.
Yeah, I have said that.
Yeah, like, why the fuck would you even need a Golf estate? It's just another clutter in the range. You know what I mean? Like,
fuck, you'd have saved Volkswagen some money, wouldn't you?
Why does it exist?
So why would you be looking at?
Like, why does it just buy a fucking Bora?
You either need room or you don't.
Yeah. What else?
Nobody ever needs just a bit more room. They either need more room or they don't need the room.
That's pretty much it. Like, why would I buy a C-Class estate when the E-Class is already there and it's like a good size estate? Why do I want a compact estate?
Price.
There's not usually that much different. You could, I don't know what it is currently, but you used to be able to fucking, you could put specs onto a 190 to make it more expensive than an E-Class.
Yes, you can still do that because I was looking at them recently and I'm not really sure why.
Yeah.
I could afford them, like, but I spec a C-Class estate top of the range and it was more expensive than an E-Class, but you were getting a base model E-Class. You were getting
you're getting the
lower
car,
or you get everything for a bit less legroom, maybe a bit less status. But I think these days people don't care anymore.
People don't know as much, although
people don't know as much. You're right.
Are rare-ish these days, I think. The problem is the old look very similar, and they all used to look similar too. But
Yeah, no, we always say that. It's like,
cars look the same these days. Cars look the fucking same.
You try and tell me the difference between a 190 and a 124 if you're not an enthusiast.
Yeah,
I
you wouldn't.
fucking dare you.
You wouldn't know, like.
I do the proofreading for the Mercedes-Benz Gazette. And even I am pointing out, like, that's a 124, that's not a 190. Like, even people who are really in the know
Get it wrong.
Like,
Yeah.
so you fucking miss. I'll never forget this because me and Chrissy never let you live it down. But the fact that you called something a 190 and me and Chrissy were like, that's a 124, and like, that's a fucking 190, and then it was a 190 or it was a 124.
Oh, was I looking at the side of the girl or something like that?
Something like that, yeah.
Close enough.
You were wrong.
We're not wrong now.
Well, you, dear listener and watcher, or either or, can tell us what you think in the comments below or in our Instagram accounts, because if you're listening to us, then I don't think you can leave comments.
No.
But tell us what you think. Can a diesel car be luxurious? Do you agree with me or are you wrong?
And can I say Class B in a state? Can a compact car be in a
you
state?
can go in and buy them.
You can buy them, but should they?
Yeah,
Well,
should and can. You're two very different things.
I don't think it should.
That's for an odd day.
I don't think they should.
But anyway, hopefully you've enjoyed this actually automotive wagon cast. Or if you really haven't enjoyed it and you wish to go back to talking shit, then let us know.
We'll do that next week anyway.
Yeah, we'll be doing that anyway. Yeah, let us know what you thought, if you agree, what your thoughts are, and check me out on Instagram. That was good, wasn't it?
Check you out.
Check me out. Bye. Check us out on Instagram. I'm at Tomo.Pattison.
I'm at Hughes Corporation.
You shouldn't have to think about it, huh? And together we are at 427 Motorsports. Subscribe, like, tell your friends. I just feel dirty saying that shit.
Tell your friends. Tell your friends about Barons. Well.
Tell your friends that the S-Class diesel is shit.
Yeah. Disown your friends with S-Class diesel, please.
Make friends with people with Jags.
Yeah.
And good luck.